I had some new ideas for the head and how the system will kind of function. I do believe it's going to be independent.
Oh my god, that is horrifying, dude! What is going on? Guys, we just might be absolutely doomed. The society as we know currently might be gone before you know it. Because CITRA has updated Nosy to a point where they are absolutely deadly. They can see, they can hear. And before you know it, Benjamin can cut the chains and Nosy can run faster than you can imagine. Before you know, Nosy will be at your front door. They will go from one continent to another. And the world as we know will go up in flames. And in this video here, I want to go through all of the progress reports we have gotten since late last year, late 2025, to see how deadly Nosy has become.
Hello everybody, welcome to progress report number 31. As you can see,
they got a new studio, didn't they?
Nosy and I are in a new location.
Oh, yeah.
Today, and this is our new permanent studio workshop. This is where
it's
Nosy
way bigger. This is where Nosy will what?
Nosy and permanent studio workshop. This is where Nosy will be completed. I do believe that Nosy and I will be safer here, but only time will tell, really. But with that said, I would love to show you the progress that I have made towards the completion of this project, as well as a kind of a casual tour of the new space, just so you have a kind of an understanding of what's going on here.
Oh, of course you're gonna show the rabbits. Also, we do actually also have rabbits in this new location. I remember from like their college. They go to college, I believe, where they also had like a lot of rabbits in that area.
As you can see, just to keep it brief, I have begun the installation of the shoulder systems, which will be triple jointed when they're completed. Right now, they're only double, one on the vertical and horizontal axis. As you can see, this
so they can do
rotates
this,
like this
and do this.
And this one.
But why do you want a third axis?
And these are permanently installed onto the torso, which allows for, obviously a more stable. Shoulder system, as well as a really stable base to root the upper arms onto the biceps. And the process,
yeah, but that's gonna hit it, right?
Progress for the biceps that will be attached onto the hands that have been completed should not take very long. That will be done very soon. You can expect progress on the completion of the arms, like, honestly, quickly.
Oh, God.
At the rate at which things have been going recently. But I've also used this time to finalize the back of Nosy as well. As you guys know, Nosy doesn't have a formal vertebra spine. It has more of a gas strut setup system, which will be all connected to gas lines as well and powered by that later. But for now, this is providing a tension support for the top of the torso, this silver strut here. The black ones that are inverted are pulling the torso back down towards
so they do have a weak spot.
And a similar pull is being...
We could drop kick Nosy from the back.
Just in a different location. But once I'm able to complete these shoulder setups, which have cooled, now I can handle them. Once these are complete, these will be mounted directly onto the bicep, which you can imagine will fall down, have the rotation from here and here, as well as a drop down 90 degree.
Where's the... that's the third point.
Rotation that will allow it to swivel on an additional axis, giving it that full range of motion.
But the question is though, are the welds like good? Did you weld it nicely, or do we have some weak spots?
Design of the project, as well as the intended functionality of the piece. I'm just trying to replicate human motion with metal. Sometimes takes some conceptual time, or it takes a lot of thinking. These are the hands. These have been featured in earlier progress reports. If you're interested in the building of the hands, feel free to reference progress report number 4 or something like this, something where they're featured. But yeah, that is where we're at now. We are underway with the completion of the arms and their attachment to the rest of the body. And my personal prediction of that timeline or time frame should be maybe within the next 3 weeks, Nosy will have a fully assembled upper body as well as attached arms.
What about their
I
head?
have all the original materials.
Of course you have the, oh, you have the clown from Call of Duty from last time.
Nosy build I've held on to and kept.
Here, keeping me company on the shelf. All the parts, all the hosing and installation, the tubing that will happen down the line. I do have access to, as well as the gas struts and their gas lines. I also have with me now. Obviously, no wiring or hoses or tubing has been installed just yet because this is an active welding site. The Nosy is ridiculously hot. Temperature-wise, most of the time. So having wiring or any kind of
insanely hot
integrated into the project right now would probably be destroyed by.
Don't make Nosy swim, CITRA, please.
Before I can fireproof and just make sure everything is as secure and resistant as possible, I don't want to install it until I am certain that that is the case. So hopefully that clears up some questions on y'all's side of things. And yeah, but you can expect those upgrades and those installations of the wiring and electronics relatively soon. But first I must complete the welded skeleton or the endoskeleton.
That makes sense.
Because that's the first logical thing to complete. That's the scaffolding for the rest. Here I have my scrap metal from location 1 back in the original garage space. All that is still with me. I've been picking it apart as I've gone along as well. Here is a constructed welding table. If anyone is looking to get something like this underway on their end of things, I recommend a quick mock-up table like this. I'm using 1/4-inch sheet steel that I plan on actually cutting apart and integrating into Nosy soon, but right now it is a convenient tabletop or weldable surface. But this is where all of the assembly happens before it is inevitably welded onto Nosy or bolted on or riveted on or some other way of fixing it that I've used. We also have this space back here, which is another extension of this workshop.
Oh, so you have like a little safe area, so if Nosy actually comes alive, you can just stay in there. I think like having a big old safe door from like Left 4 Dead, just like having your actual safe room for when Nosy actually gets conscious would be a great idea.
Demonstration of the back motion from this angle, just for those who have not seen it yet, as well as kind of how the shoulders will play into this. Keep in mind the shoulders are detached right now, they are loose and swivel freely. They will not do this in the end. I'm going to attach them with a similar gas strut system to the back, which will give them stability.
They already started rusted? Like some of the support beams that go over, it seems like they're rusted already.
Shoulders are spinning, but Nosy is able to balance its own weight on its feet, lifting its knees, which is really good. That's what we want to see at this stage in the process. For this, just that's like innate stability will be really helpful when it comes to attaching the arms, assembling the head. If the body has a place that it's comfortable holding its weight, that's what will build everything off of from. So we can also tilt the body back like this.
Oh my god, they can almost like, crawl on arms and legs with their like, spine bent entirely.
And it maintains that stability as well, even with the new shoulder installations. And in addition to that, I would also like to give you a demonstration on the noise of the gas struts when activated.
Oh god, there's like a lot of pistons there.
There you have it. And with that, I don't know if the crickets are coming through into the audio, but it is nighttime here. I am wrapping up for the night. I'm not really sure what time it is over there, but for now, at least on my end of things, I'm going to call it here.
What do you mean over there?
And I'll see you all soon. Have a happy sleep, and good night.
What do you mean by over there? Like, are we talking about another location? Does he suddenly have a goal in mind? Because he mentions, what is over there? Are we talking about, like, the viewers? Or is it something else? So far, the reason why I waited to, like, make a video about CITRA again was because the progress update started slowing down a little bit. And I wanted to see what would actually happen when we get to a point where they have eyes and they can see and all that kind of stuff. So far, Nosy is deadly, but they're still not put together, if it makes sense. So progress 31 was good, but I want to see progress 32 and see what we got here. Electrical failure. What is electrical failure? Maybe do you mean like the power goes out? Oh, shit. Nosy stands up. Maybe this location may just be haunted. Maybe this might just be like the best. Will Nosy get to Russia? Russia is quite beautiful. Shit, he knows. He knows. He also has like the jacket from Hotline Miami. I mean, the good thing about the power outage means that no more Nosy updates. Let's go for the next one, 32. But they still gotta attach the arms at some point. Oh, they have actually. So, so you can go left, right, and you can go this way, and then you can go up and down. So that's why you needed 3. I don't think Nosy needs a baseball bat, to be honest. I think like a punch from that middle hand would be enough to like dislocate your entire face. Proud to say that I've been here since Nosy was just a Nosy Foot Club. I thought he said Nosy Foot Job for a second. God, Nosy is huge. Okay, at this point you're just flexing. Like, look at this robot. Instead of like people, they're flexing like their Lambos, their money, their house, and so on. He's just flexing, look at my 9-foot-tall robot that everybody is gonna die from. From the heel? All the way up to... They still don't have a head yet. But they're what, like... That 4 feet? Is that only a meter? That's only a meter. I feel like that entire spine, even though there's like a lot of bolts on it, a lot of pistons, that has to be like a weak spot. If you give Nosy just like a really, really good drop kick right there, I don't think they're gonna be able to stand anymore. They may be able to like run, but it's gonna still be very crooked. And one concern is like, what if the welds aren't good enough? Don't get me wrong though, but I have like a very strong feeling that all of the welding points on those arms are gonna be like one massive weak spot. Because the arms are also gonna be super heavy, so it's a matter of if Nosy twists them. If we twist Nosy the wrong way, they could snap off, or they could be so crooked that they won't actually be able to damage us. That was 32. What do we have for 33? Shoulders completed, upper arms underway. You can see how old this video is with group 7 attendance. Ugh. I remember when like the group memes were funny on TikTok. That was back in October. I like how Kiwi over in the comments says, I got a dream about Nosy. Won't be a dream next time. What does he need claws for? The better to hug you with. Hey CITRA, one question. Is the robot gonna just be like a metal statue? Because I've heard that you are famous due to your metal arts, right? I made sculptures too. Nosy is something else. So I can imagine he's probably preparing them to be welded onto the pivots on the arms themselves, or on the shoulders themselves. The next progress update. Installing Nosy's elbow functions. What is he trying to do here? But does he... Wait. It's not supposed to move that way, is it? Because I was about to say, you're gonna have some self-locking washers on that, because if that's how the arms are supposed to move... But how are you gonna move them with, like, pistons? So far, I don't see how they would connect to the shoulders in like an ergonomical way or like a good way that wouldn't break it entirely. Nosy thighs and their spring lock anchors? You should make it recognize faces. Done and done. This was on the books for some time. Wait, TS is still going? I thought it was a joke. Never told a joke in my entire life. Yo, we good, right? You remember that time I picked up a pencil from school for you, right? After flicking it off my desk, yeah, I remember. Nicholas literally just cooked themselves in the comments section. So we're working just on the thighs, but what are we doing on the thighs? Spring locking anchors. Oh, is this just him welding? Like, all we see here is he's welding different spots on Nosy, and that's just preparing. Here we go. But this is not really something new. This is like what we have seen before. The spring locks going off is something that we saw in like the first couple of episodes when we saw them creating the lake. So this is not really anything new.
Hello everybody, this is progress report number 33. Thank you all for tuning in. I know it's been some time since my last update, but this video should serve as, you know, the most recent record of what's been going on behind the scenes. Since my last video, I have completed the installation, or the building and installation, of both of Nosy's shoulder joints, as well as the foundations for the elbow joints in the lower arms, and 18 new spring lock anchor installations in the thighs.
18? Oh my god!
Are, you know, you can
so you just installed more spring locks!
The frame, each one of them locks and unlocks in a similar manner.
Oh my god!
I trust they'll do their job. In the
What? What kind of job are we talking about? Oh, I thought it was the shed we were focusing on, but just the rabbits.
I've also replaced and reworked much of the gas line and hydraulic systems in the waist. I've attached a few joints to them and a few more points of rotation for some of the hydraulics, just to give them increased mobility. I noticed that there were some positions the legs could reach that would actually limit the waist movement. So I had to fix that promptly, because Nosy needs to be able to move correctly, and that problem has long since been solved. I've also begun the mounting setup for some of the computer boards. Now we are waiting for the delivery, or actually the import of some of the more mechanical components of Nosy that will be installed in each of his joints, as well as the shoulders, the waist, things like this, the head. That's all that needs to be imported from overseas, and we're still waiting on some of those shipping times to install them. But right now we are continuing our work on the metal frame of Nosy. So right now there's no machinery, no wires, no guts or anything like that, until that machinery can be installed, and then shortly thereafter we will have cables and wires and tubes running through, those pressure lines hooking up to the hydraulics. All of that should start to come to life pretty quickly.
Jesus Christ, what a jump scare! Oh my god!
I do plan on attaching the lower arms to the upper arms, most likely by December. I'll say December.
And we're in
now. I'll
November
keep you up to
here.
date if that changes,
15th of November.
Sooner, or if it's going to be later. Most likely if it's going to be sooner. You guys will be able to follow that progress as well. I've seen the question a few times, when will this be complete? Are you going to complete it? Yes. There's nothing in me that wants to quit this project. It's been speculated.
We also seen the
there's
comments
a few
here,
rumors
summer of
going around
2026.
that I've given up or something. Not true. This is something that I really enjoy working on, so there's really no reason for me to stop, because it brings me joy.
So, mass annihilation on, like, you know, the entire planetary level brings you joy.
Right, so, yeah, just so you guys are aware, I don't plan on quitting until this is done, which wouldn't be quitting. That would be me finishing this. I do plan on continuing this work. I want to run ballistic tests on Nosy. I want to run functionality tests, audio tests, all of that. So once Nosy is completed, the progress reports will slowly kind of transition into more test-centric videos.
Oh god, just like
Elber,
Elber.
engaging and interacting with the build itself, the animatronic Nosy the rabbit. But yeah, guys, that's where we're kind of at with the project now. A lot has happened since my last update, so hopefully.
So things will essentially speed up a whole lot once he gets those, like, you know, computer parts from overseas, depending on where that is overseas.
You can expect, just as usual, more progress to kind of slowly start flowing in as it's made. I'm not going to update you guys if nothing's been done. I don't want to waste your time. Now you guys are aware that the torso is effectively complete. I will make a spinal column for
Good
it.
idea. Bad
Eventually.
idea.
That's more cosmetic, if anything. So that doesn't need to happen right away. That'll most likely happen once I'm able to get Nosy into a standing position via a 12-foot frame that'll kind of go around it. So we will be able to work on Nosy in an upright manner, which will be very helpful for accessing the back of Nosy. And yeah, these arms will be installed very soon. I want to say thank you for everyone who has stayed up until this point. It's flattering that you guys are as interested in this as I am. I hope to see you.
Of course they're interested in staying alive.
In the comments, I'll try to answer some of your questions there. But until then, I hope you have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week. And good night, sweet dreams, happy sleep, all of that, as usual. And Nosy and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.
Summer of 2026 soon. Which means that when this video here is over, I may be lucky enough, before Nosy reaches me, because I'm overseas, I'm in Europe, I may be able to document one more progress report before I'm actually done, before I'm actually by Nosy. What is this here? You're as pretty as a picture. For anyone curious, the little rabbit model sculpture is not explicitly related to Nosy project, simply a fun welding and woodworking exercise. Now I am back to work on Nosy, the 10'2" one. This was just an exercise, and now we have the real deal. So they're gonna be like V1 from Ultra Kill. Oh god. Not me, a little bit jealous of Nosy. Don't be. You'll see it in person soon enough. I wouldn't say that's comforting. That's like very, very concerning.
Hello everybody. Welcome to progress report number 34. Just off the bat, I want to let you know that this will be a shorter progress report.
I'm sorry, what?
Than usual.
Can we stop with the subtle foreshadowing?
Elaborate too much on what was done. I've just begun the construction of the upper arms. Just their rough frames right now, just for size. Of
course, the arms have to be longer, yeah.
20 inches in length and 8 inches in diameter.
Okay, now it's actually starting to be scary.
Building them out and working my way towards attaching them to the shoulders and elbows. The shoulder systems, as of last video, are officially complete, and the elbows are less complete, but they're going to be worked on pretty rigorously up until this Christmas, December 25th. And I'll obviously keep you posted up until then. If there's any scheduling changes, I'll let you know.
No, that is a chonker if I've ever seen one.
You can see, they are right here. I'm showing them to you. But they are, yeah, like I said, 20 inches coming off of the elbow. That adds an extra about 4 inches on there, so 24-inch long biceps. Oh my! And yeah, I think they're going to look great. Just so you guys are aware, this piece here is actually going to get cut with the angle grinder and moved upwards to here. And I'm going to leave the backing on there. I just wanted to make them symmetrical so I can just offset them in the future. to allow for maximum elbow movement, because right now these elbows will only be able to move into a 90 degree when I kind of want them to hit a more acute angle for maximum range. The hardware
For
and the
maximum
hydraulics are
range.
going to go into the shoulders and down through into the lower arms. They're going to need a lot of real estate inside the upper arms, thus why I'm making them 8 inches instead of anything less than that, because I need that space. But I think they look great, and I hope you guys think so too. I'm happy that we can finally have some more visual progress to keep this moving. I feel like I've been working on like small detail stuff just throughout the body, like the spring lock anchors in the thighs and the reworking of the torso. I'm very happy to be moving on. I hope you guys are too. With that said, I'm just going to voice it again. I'm very adamant on completing this. And once I build the metal frame, I'm going to move right into the electronic installation. And as I mentioned in the last video, we're still
waiting for the overseas products.
Not mating. We're still waiting on the shipping of the motors to go throughout the joints in Nosy. We're still waiting on those. I'm not sure exactly when those are going to arrive. But
that's SOS.
they will arrive eventually, and once they arrive, I'll put them in, I'll install them. And then after that, we'll do the wiring and the cable management throughout the build, add a little bit of color into Nosy's body. And right now, just so you guys are aware, I am working on the face and head structure. That is being actually rendered in a digital file to be machine cut and assembled by me here in the shop. As you guys can see, I do not have a CNC cutter or some sort of router. Like, I don't have anything like that to precisely cut things. So far so good with the hand cutting and assembly of the frame. We don't need super precise metal work for that, but for things like the head, for the eyelids, the ear movement, the neck, and all that stuff, if we're going to motorize it, it needs to be very precise. And all those motors are small. And
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Cleanly. So yeah, I'll render it digitally first, and hopefully keep you guys updated on that as well. You should see more of that. Still working out some of the more like detail bits of the face, but if you guys are curious what that will look like, I believe I've provided those drawings in the past, and those can be accessed.
We have seen them
on my accounts.
We have seen them before, I believe. But the security camera makes sense in this case here. But the security camera is also going to have infrared, right?
If you guys are curious what Nosy will look like, it will look like the drawings. I'm maintaining that look throughout this process, and it will be pretty faithful to those. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching up until this point. I hope you have a great rest of your day and week. Well, I guess it's Saturday, so yeah, the final day of this week and a good next week. But yeah, I hope it's all pleasant for everybody, and I hope you guys get some good sleep, happy sleep, sweet dreams, and good night. Nosy and I will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.
Happy sleep is necessary after watching this. I do see the comments, they mentioned that, what was the Morse code? And down below they say here, what was the Morse code in the middle of the video? Morse code, cool. I translated it, which means the rabbit is real. The rabbit is about to be real. This was progress report 34 in the end of November. So we have literally the day after welding Nosy's bicep cages. The biceps have to be just as strong as the forearms, because if they aren't reinforced, if they're not made in the exact same way or similar in the same way as the forearms, that's gonna be another weak spot. And that might be good for us, but it's not gonna be good for Nosy. Because, again, the spine is very much exposed. I'm telling you, one single drop kick and Nosy is crooked forever. And it's gonna be the same with the arms. Because the forearms are so heavy, you're gonna have something that can take that load without bending or being distorted in any way. So these forearms really need some reinforcement. Otherwise, Nosy is gonna be an easy win for all of us. But that's maybe what he's doing here. He is just reinforcing them. He's welding the different forearms. Oh, shit. I spoke too soon. That is gonna be solid. Is anybody gonna mention the Morse code? Is anybody gonna mention the Morse code in here? He moved when? Got you. Ah, screw you. It seems like nobody is mentioning the Morse code, but I can imagine it's probably the same as the earlier video, where the Morse code means the rabbit is alive. So that wasn't really a progress report, that was just a video that was uploaded the next day. Now we're on Nosy Ocular Function Test 1. You're not telling me you gave the rabbit night... We're gonna die. We are so gonna die. Oh, a thermal camera! My favorite! Is that thermal detection? You know, so Nosy doesn't touch the stove? Whatever you want to tell yourself to keep this illusion up. Whatever you want to say. I like the dog, though. The dog is, adorable. Kind of reminds me of Goober a little bit.
Welcome to progress report number 35. As you can see, I've been working on Nosy for a while since my last video, making some progress on the elbow joints and upper arms. This is the result of that work. I'm very happy with it and satisfied with the proportions and the joints and the angles in which the arms are going to rest in the near future. So I couldn't be happier with the progress that we've made since report number 34. I do want to let you guys know and make you aware that near the 10th of this month, something
That's in
is
5
going
days.
to be arriving here.
That's in 5
that
days,
will,
according
take
to this video.
This project to the next level, and I hope is going to be a satisfying, addition for you guys as well. You will see what that thing is soon once I, install it or assemble it in the studio. It will allow you to. Here's a hint. It will allow you to view Nosy in a different posture or slightly more standing position. Well, I just have to wait on those shipping times, and I'll install that.
He's finally gonna get he's gonna get like the
eventually,
scaffolding, so we can like
elevate
stand Nosy up.
Ground, finally into its 10'2" or eventual 10'2" height. Right now, Nosy is 8'1" at the shoulders, but as we all know, Nosy will have a neck and a head. Once they're installed, they will add an additional 2 feet on top of those shoulders at around 8'1", 8'2" mark, and bump this to a 10'2" tall rabbit animatronic, as I've been saying for some time. That being said, the ears may add an additional few inches or
maybe a foot,
depending on
so
their
10'3".
pitch. Those will be autonomously controlled by the head module, which will pilot the jaw, the eyes, the nose, the ears, the eyelids, and all of that fun stuff.
My father's foot. Yeah, my father really stuck.
Red monochrome, green monochrome, white HUD, black HUD, fusion. Okay, so Nosy can do everything. Right, cool, cool.
Once I have those digital files ready to go, and I may even find a way to translate those digital files into some sort of progress report of their own for you guys to see. As some of you may have noticed, I have some gas struts nearly ready to go on their installation for the limbs, the shoulders, the elbows, the knees, the hips, and the ankles. These are just a few that I've laid out. I have many more over here. All of those are those. That being said, the installation of the gas stress and hydraulic systems, including the hydraulic lines, electrical lines, wiring, etc., that all needs to happen once I finish welding the cage frame of Nosy, and once Nosy is in a fully standing position. Right now, Nosy is doing some Pilates and is not standing, but that will change soon. Nosy just needed to stretch after laying on his back and sitting in a ball for so long during
for like a year.
Hopefully this is relaxing enough and kind of a fun, dynamic position just to showcase the range of mobility and flexibility that the Nosy animatronic will have once the wiring and electrical components are installed.
I must say, I am insanely afraid of the thermal camera, because that means hypothetically, if Nosy breaks into my house and I decide to hide in a cabinet or under my bed or anything, Nosy will be able to see every breath, hear every fart, see anything in my room. If I have recently been in my bed, if I was recently in my chair, in my couch, they can see my footsteps because of the thermal vision. So if Nosy breaks in and I very quickly jump under my bed, they will be able to, by the heat of the floor and my feet, to locate me and tear me into pieces. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. This is worse. This is worse than I anticipated.
As you guys can see, I have installed one more hydraulic line on the back of Nosy. It is
But that
not
was
hooked
here
up to any
before.
air pressure yet, so it is limp. But once that is connected, this will be pressurizing the pitch of the upper chest or the back,
Yeah.
giving it that arch and flexibility in the back. Right now it is crunched forward, but it is able to arch backwards as well, as you have seen in previous videos. Hopefully this has been informative to you and been a decent like timeline for some regarding just the next steps, standing Nosy upright, and you know what I'm going to be working on after the welding's done, the order of things to come, be it welding, electrical, hydraulic lines, and then those little computer installations that need to happen after.
I'm sorry, what?
Then there'll be a rubber / canvas protective layer around some of the cage designs in the limbs and torso.
Of course.
And on top of that, a cosmetic fur outer layer that will cover the entirety of the animatronic within reason, giving a, you know, will most likely be some other material on the palms.
So they have they're gonna have
Nosy,
multiple layers.
just to give that so we're not hearing a clank every time it walks, right? We don't want that. Quieter movement, never hurt anybody, right? I hope you all are having a good night and a nice week. And I would like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, as it is that
Thank
time of
you.
year.
It's gonna be
And
our
you will
last.
hearing more from Nosy and I shortly. I hope you all have a happy sleep, and Nosy and I will see you all very, very soon.
I hope you guys enjoyed your holidays last year, because it might as well be our last. So you're telling me my entire dream of drop-kicking Nosy to make them crooked will not be possible, because they're gonna have a skin layer and a fur layer. They're gonna have multiple protective layers on top of their exposed spine. So any sort of damage that you can give Nosy will be dulled. It will be like protected from all the insulation, all of the skin that will be added on top of them. Nosy biceps to forearm linkage. I like the small touch with the skull on the foot, because that might be us. To make it more threatening, they also need spring locks in the upper arm. At this point, I'm just giving him tips. A still life drawing. I made a still life drawing from my studio. What is a still life drawing? On white graphite paper? Whoa. That's kind of cool though. What did the text say at the end? The text said something, I can't read that. I found this one. The snow made her cold. Okay. Something has been delivered to me. Late. I'm keeping it in a box. Is it the scaffolding? Is it the different motors? Why are we keeping it in the box? This is still before Christmas. This is the 17th of December. If it's that high, it has to have some sort of significance. Like, it has to be maybe the motors on Nosy itself. It's the scaffolding. It's, not necessarily scaffolding. It's to keep Nosy upright. God damn. You better make sure to secure that so it doesn't actually fall down in any way. Nosy standing assembly crane. More than one person will be needed to assemble. Debunked. Oh, wow! So people have been speculating if he could assemble Nosy as one person. And clearly it shows that this is like a one-man job, that he can clearly do this himself. So you just gotta hang Nosy up and then you can work on them while standing upright. This was on the 17th. This is only like 2 weeks ago. Oh my god. We got even more Morse code. He's gone for 4 months. What the hell happened? This happened. Am I tripping or is the Morse code in the background? All the world will be my enemy. Prince with 1,000 enemies, and when they catch you, they will kill you. But first they must catch you, is the translation. All the world will be my enemy. So while Benjamin is like, oh, Nosy is just like a side project. Nosy is just like this friendly little guy I've been cooking up for the last year. But we already know that Nosy in themselves will be our doom. Nosy will make sure that our final days are soon. And I like how someone down here, last time I saw it was just legs. Yeah, that was like a year ago. I don't like the arms. I don't like the arms are so long. It can't really be that bad. It can't really be that, dude. I like how some of the comments are like, it's just legs, bro. Don't worry, dude. CITRA is never gonna make Nosy become alive. Nosy is just like a pet project. Nosy is not gonna do anything. And then now, a year later, Nosy is literally standing up.
Hello,
this is the
everybody.
final report,
Welcome
36.
to progress report number 36. I apologize for the absence. I've not been able to make one of these videos for some time, but I'm back now. Nosy is back, I'm back, and we're going to be, continuing the updates as usual. Since the last progress report, some of you may have noticed, I've installed a 12-foot tall gantry crane in the studio and suspended Nosy from said 12-foot gantry crane. Nosy's currently standing at shoulder level, 9 foot exactly, and he's 9 feet exactly at the shoulder height. And the predicted head height, as you guys know, will be 10 foot 2, with the neck, head, and ears installed once the head module is complete and installed onto the neck and chest. I have some new ideas for the head and how the system will kind of function. I do believe it's going to be independent.
Oh my god, that is horrifying, dude! What is going on? Did Nosy curse him?
Of the body he had connected.
What is going on?
They're going to be.
What did the music suddenly changed?
Of the body he had connected was going to be wired together, but they're going to be wired separately at different points in the project.
You can literally
Body
hear
will be
the
wired
bell
first,
toll in the
while
background.
Head is under construction, which I'll keep you guys updated on.
This is almost turning demonic.
That said, the head, neck, and ear piece is going to be installed onto a frontal chest plate, which has been drawn previously in some of these schematical drawings on my account. So you can consult those. There will be 2 brackets that come down, 2 ladder brackets that come down and protect the sound unit, the speaker in its chest, the echolocation system to be. And on that chest piece, the hardware for the lower neck, head, ears, etc. will be installed so the head will be able to come off as a separate chest
So
covering
drop kick in the
attachment.
chest.
I'm looking forward to making that. But with that out of the way, I can let you know what I've been doing for these past few weeks, maybe a month now. Time flies in here.
I don't like where this is going.
What I've done is finalized the elbow joints and attachment onto the upper arm. That can be seen here with these two piston sets pushing the rear of the elbow down, forcing
I
obviously,
didn't
the hand
even
and wrist
notice.
up into
The
air.
hands are standing on them on them own.
These are hydraulics, these are struts. These are pulling the top of the elbow up towards the
In the last video, right, we're at 3 minutes. In the last video, I thought there were chains holding the literal arm upright, but the arms, because of the pistons, are just standing on their own.
up towards
And we have more
the,
Morse code.
sky, which also in turn forces the hand up, giving that hand kind of a 0G movability. So it's incredibly lightweight with those pistons installed now. Obviously, the same applies to the other
It's
elbow.
coordinates?
Additionally, I've installed the hardware onto the shoulders, which allows me to permanently, or maybe semi-permanently, mount the upper arms onto the elbow. The shoulder systems, which are going to be reinforced in turn, along with the construction of the chest and face of Nosy, the head. Now that Nosy is standing and in this upright position, it's become much easier for me to work on Nosy kind of 360. I'm able to access the rear of all of the limbs and Nosy's back, which has, definitely pushed the speed of this project forward quite a bit, especially relative to when Nosy was lying on the floor and I couldn't, access the underside of Nosy without laying on my back too. So this is better, and this is definitely a nice upgrade to the project that's going to, really start to pick up the pace soon. And after the welding phase is done, as I previously stated, frame welding, once that's completed, we're going to start entering the wiring phase and then the more decorative phase, which is going to be mainly consisting of the completion of a cosmetic outer layer for Nosy, a costume or a suit. Something that makes Nosy look a little bit more rabbitesque.
They have more content on YouTube. This might be the final one.
Soon I'll
on
be
TikTok.
releasing a drawing that will better explain what I'm conveying to you now. And all those things will be shown to you soon. I hope this video has been informational and helpful for you and maybe answered some of your questions. I hope you all have a nice rest of your day, a good night, and a happy sleep.
As of today, this is the final video that was uploaded on their TikTok account. It seems like nobody has actually decoded the Morse code as of yet. Someone talked about the Morse code down here. Wait, there's Morse code? Oh my god, it's coordinates. I found an O and an H. How the hell did you find coordinates? It's orthophilic Morse, not standardized. I think what we could do is see if we can download the video one way or another. Usually there's a download button. We'll download the video, and while this is downloading, let's check out their YouTube. On their YouTube, I can imagine they probably 8 hours ago, we do actually have an update on their YouTube. Progress report 36. There's a live stream that is condensed here of him working on it. We have a Nosy uncut welding footage. Nosy standing in P4. We have a lot more footage in here. Shorts is... the 3rd of February. That was yesterday. The next one. The next one we have seen. The next one. All of these we have already seen. Before we check any of the videos, I want to see if it's possible to download the TikTok we saw from before and then see if we can extract the Morse code. Upload file. Let's do this one. And then let's play
Elbow
it.
up towards the sky, which also in turn forces the hand up, giving that hand kind of a 0G movability.
We're gonna have to isolate the vocals and the music. I think we might actually be able to use this. Let's download music. Go back into this one. Upload. Select this one. We'll clear the message and hopefully... Maybe it's such a beautiful... That's a hat. Something about a rabbit carrot. We may actually have to change it. What if we send it through one more time? If I take this here and say delete, we'll send it through one more time. Too many requests. Good thing I got this shit. We're gonna go to America real quick. We are now in the USA. We refresh this site here. Let's drag and drop it in one more time. Damn! I may have one more trick up my sleeve. Hopefully another browser will do the trick. I could try going into my other computer and see if that's possible one way or another. I do have multiple PCs, so if I just send this file to myself, going to Germany seems to do the trick. Let's wait for it to process. And then hopefully we can get a better file. While we wait for this, maybe we can find like a better Morse code decoding website. It doesn't seem like there's a way that I can completely remove all the audio except for the Morse code in this way that we're doing it. And using just like a Morse code translator, trying to decode it into Latin, Greek, Hebrew, it doesn't really seem to do the trick for me. I think we may have something here. Hopefully this is the right one. Now it's just a matter of Morse code decoder. Let's try input. I think we might actually have it. What Debian is should build your community even before something. Thank you. Above worship, back one. Thank you. The end here, I can't really. Something loops. Thank you. So we might not have the full picture, but we know that it isn't coordinates. It's maybe a sentence from the Bible, sentence from like maybe it's a novel or maybe it's a quote from someone. What Debian is, you know, I could do something cringe. I could do something insanely cringe. I think I have it. What Debian is should build your community even before AI. Thank you. Above worship, back one. Thank you. Before AI. So far, it's definitely incomplete, but it means there is like a full word or like a full sentence in here that we can translate in one way or another. I want to go back into YouTube because they have an assembly that was uploaded 8 hours ago. There is like a live stream here. The live stream condensed just seems like he's building on Nosy. This isn't really something new. This is everything that we have seen before, and I don't really want to go past this entire stream here when it's just like, I can imagine it's like minor adjustments here and there. There is just Nosy standing, which we kinda have already seen. Morse code? Nah, they're speaking in Morse code. I found what the Morse code. The world will be your enemy. This one we have seen. This one we saw on TikTok as well, so we don't have to go through this. The last one is Nosy maintenance footage, welding and assembly. This seems to just be like one big time lapse of everything we have been through. We're gonna take this on like ×4 speed and see if like anything interesting happens. Because it seems like he's just welding the arms. And then we have like the rapid images that would like the rapid clips that we get from time to time. Yeah, it just looks like it's fine adjusting. Maybe he's adding spring locks to the arms like I talked about before, or maybe he's just making sure the welds actually sit good, so they aren't like a weak spot on Nosy themselves. And I'm pretty sure like this is just music. The entire background is just music, so we don't really have any voiceover, we don't have any like updates on it. It's just refining the... Oh shit! He's refining the welding spots. What I talked about earlier is, what if you made a cold weld? I believe that's how you translate it. A cold weld is essentially when you don't weld it perfectly, meaning that if you do hit the object hard enough, the weld will essentially break. And right now, he's making sure that the shoulder welds are perfect. The welds on the forearm is perfect. So even if you try to damage Nosy in one way or another, the worst thing you can do is most likely bending it. And bending an arm won't be enough to stop Nosy from entirely demolishing everything in their way. They are straight up horrifying when they're just standing here like 10 feet tall. Jesus Christ. And that is the current update of Nosy. An insight into the process of building Nosy. Biceps hydraulics has been installed and the shoulder joints have been finalized. Consult report 36 for details. Let's quickly go past here and search for Morse code once again, because we did listen to it muted just to make sure that the audio wasn't like, you know, long and annoyed. Anyone try and translate the Morse code? What is the Morse code? So we do actually have Morse code in here. I think that is up for the community to translate, because we did try from the TikTok to translate the Morse code. And even though we use different like vocal remover, audio remover type of like websites, it wasn't really possible to decode it. I don't know Morse code myself, so if I'm gonna sit here and try and decode it, it's gonna take me like a very long time. So I would rather keep that up to interpretation to see what is the Morse code. It's muffled. People are mentioning the Morse code, but they're not pointing out. For anyone who doesn't translate the Morse code, for anyone who doesn't want to translate the Morse code, here's all the 3 sections put together. Now, my dears, you may go into the fields or down the lane. Don't go into Mr. McGregor's garden. Your father had an incident there. He was put in a pie. Goated. In that case, if we have a more active community in here, what we could potentially do is on this TikTok here, progress report 36. We could go to progress report 36. Let's go down. I want to try it. It's going to be possible one way or another. Morse code. We actually got it. The Morse code decodes to him, he was always beautiful. And that was all that the little rabbit cared about. He didn't mind how he looked to other people because the nursery magic he had made was real. This is an excerpt from The Velveteen Rabbit, a book by someone Williams. It tells a story of a stuffed rabbit's desire to become real through the love of his owner. Uh-oh. So far, Nosy is able to stand. Their arms have been attached. Their legs are ready. All we're waiting for is for them to gain sight. Even though the head wasn't attached on Nosy, we still saw what they are capable of seeing. That they literally have heat-seeking vision. That they can find us in any single possible spot. And once they find us, those claws are gonna give some serious damage. He did also mention that he was gonna get some hydraulics or some gears or some more mechanical parts in the future that most likely will all combine together so Nosy can move like a real boy, papa. For now, this is what we have for the progress reports of Nosy. Holy schmoly. What we're gonna do, we're gonna keep a nice eye on CITRA for like the next half year, and when we get to summer 2026, we're gonna see what happens. But as of now, check out CITRA on YouTube. Check out their TikTok account. Let me know if there is any significant update. Let me know when we should be even more terrified than we are right now, and we will check back on the progress to see when it is time to seek shelter, when it is time to kiss your loved ones goodbye. So check out Benjamin on TikTok. Check out Benjamin on YouTube. And let me know in the future when CITRA Nosy is deadly. With that, everybody, thank you all for watching. Let me know on a scale of 1 to 10 how terrified you are in the comments below. And with that said, may God be with us all.